Points naman para kay Byron Villarias. Buoyed by those 3 triples. And now Batangas City will open up the third quarter with the possession. Mark Cruz can't hit the jumper from 20 feet. Ayaay, may buelo. Gets bumped out of position. 2 shots will be given to Jesper Ayaay.
One could make an argument, as we talked about the halftime stats earlier, that while points in the paints have been advantage para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, those did not come from second chance points. Those really came from flow, offensive execution and efficiency on their side of the floor.
22 seconds in the third quarter. Coach Cholo asks for a challenge. We'll be back for the result.
Successful foul on Mark Cruz.
Unsuccessful challenge by Coach Cholo Villanueva, shaking his head. Let's see this play one more time, Coach Mike.
And that drive right there. Well, parang ang kino-contest nila nila Coach Cholo, there wasn't enough to be called a foul. He felt that he really was just vertical on that drive by Jasper Ayaay, but decided otherwise, and so it's going to be a foul.
Split at the line by Jesper Ayaay. 8-point lead, the biggest so far for Nueva Ecija. Hernandez only had 3 points in the first half. Now he fires from the top of the key, left it short. Only 1 out of 8 from the field. Ito si Levi Hernandez. But foul on that rebounding battle by Will Macaloni.
Well, you could really tell that ito si Coach Cholo Villanueva is a disciple of the San Antonio Spurs under Coach Greg Popovich. That last play, I don't understand, was part of the playbook of Coach Popovich. Where they had that horns and a lot of dry action, weak side and the ball side, eventually ending up with that back screen for a shooter going up top.
Baseline inbound for the guys in white. Oliva getting it to Jexter Apinan. Celis giving him some space. Oliva. Now it's Hernandez attacking straight to the cup, but again, now 1 of 9 from the field. Ito si Levi Hernandez.
In my opinion, why Rob Celis gave him that much space to Jong Valoria? Because those guys have not scored consistently in this game. We've been through quarters, but you haven't heard so much about Jong Valoria and Levi Hernandez.
Will Macaloni gives Nueva Ecija its first double-digit lead at 10.
Ang challenge dito sa Batangas is scoring na. I mean, they played a lot of defense in the first quarter, but somebody's got to make shots. Levi's only got 3. Jong Valoria has only got 2 points so far in this game. Jexter Apenan's got 2. And Seda Blasa, out of those core players of Coach Cholo, the only guy with good point production at 6.
Fast break the game brought to you by Extreme Cool Air Conditioners. Ang Extreme Magpalamig, free installation for split type air conditioners. And much to their surprise, Batangas City called for an offensive foul. Coach Cholo is livid on the sidelines right now. But they get a steal. Jex Apinan able to score off the glass. Lead cut down to 8.
Good response by Batangas right here. Again, going back to defense. Starting with defense, then getting your offense.
JV. Macaloni lets his defender fly by. The help by Apinan, but also a foul.
Well, Onilarim got committed up in the air because of that good pass by JV to the waiting hands of Will Macaloni on that weak side post. Baseline side, left side of the floor, that's pretty much advantage for Will Macaloni.
Last game against Marikina, 10 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 66.7% from the field, perfect from the line. Will Macaloni had a slow start, only averaged 5.3 points on 35% field goal shooting in his first 3 games, Coach Mike, but has picked it up in his last 6, averaging 12.7 points on 55.1% field goal shooting.
Yan, napakahalaga nung laro na yon para kay Will Macaloni, para makakuha siya ulit ng good rhythm para dito sa Rice Vanguards. He is so much better than those numbers that you mentioned, and he knows it, he understands it, and so for him to get that little rhythm, maganda yan para kay Will.
Same play, Robbie Celis getting his third block of the ball game. 4.4 seconds remaining on the shot clock of the Rome Masters.
And Coach Don Dulay, contrary to how he was in that first quarter where he was literally in the face of every Rice Vanguards, telling them to execute better and run better defense. Right now, medyo kalmado na because of how the Rice Vanguards have responded to that call by Coach Don. Good seal.
Oh man, that's just too deep. As Will Macaloni making mincemeat of the defense of Mark Cruz.
I would say more out position si Mark Cruz by Will Macaloni right there. It was a race to that spot. He got there first, but Will, really just turned it to his advantage, sealing him.
Mark Cruz, babawi with that floater. 40-32, Nueva Ecija, abante pa rin ng 8 puntos.
And Oliva is back on the floor. Steal.
Rare miscue by Robbie Celis, but Levy Hernandez lost the basketball. Ayaay sends it to a cutting JV Marcelino who scores.
7th steal already for Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, and they've turned them into much needed points of turnovers.
Happy 9, sidestep. Coming up empty on that trip. Celis the rebound, his 5th.
Nandiyan mo makikita yung depensa na nagge-generate ng offense para dito sa Rice Vanguards, yung points of turnovers.
Celis natapikan ni Jexter Apinan. 10 seconds left, the shot clock ng Rice Vanguards.
And you see Will Macaloni talking to JB, give me the ball because I feel I've got advantage underneath. He tried to post up pero hindi niya nakuha yan eh.
Assist of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. JV tries a 3.
Oh, wow.
No good. Celis, another rebound. Will Macaloni, that time forcing it up. And finally, it ends up with Jex Apinan. Release pass to Kai Oliva. Pushing it down the floor for Batangas City. Oni Larim for free. Masyadong malakas. Tapikan ng bola. And great fight by Mark Cruz, keeping that ball. And Batangas City will have possession once more.
This is a good game to show yung resilience rin itong Batangas eh. Much as nakikita natin napakagandang opensa at depensa nitong Rice Vanguards, pero Batangas really just trying to stay close as much as possible and just waiting for their own run to try and get that lead. Good pass.
Great cut as well by Mark Cruz.
Mark Cruz, 4 points already in succession out of the couple of attempts. He's just making himself available for Batangas.
Some slight pressure by Batangas, trying to delay itong offense ng Nueva Ecija.
Going on zone.
Robbie Celis, kick out pass to JV Marcelino. He attacks, contorts himself in midair, and lays it up and in.
And that happened because Kai got tempted to go for that steal upstairs. And so he lost his balance. JV got that recovery on a 2-foot jump stop from the top and then just attacked downhill.
Valoria puts up a free, no good. Oliva, now he's posting up on JV Marcelino.
Good recovery, ganda ng depensa.
Valoria, 4 seconds on the shot clock. Chong inside, wala pa din. At bola, mapupunta na sa panig ng Nueva Ecija.
Alam mo, nagpapahirap pa ng depensa. Pagka yung alam mong nandun ka sa spot na komportable ka, pero hindi mo tinitira because you're thinking of the defense.
Gixer, great move of the game. Born for greatness. The hang time and the finish for JV.
Ganda nung pagkaka-time nung right-hand finish na yun para kay JV. And the reason that I said about, it being a mind game now, even if you're at a spot na alam mo nakakagawa ka ng puntos, it's because you see guys not taking shots already for Batangas. And I'm sure Coach Chol is going to remind his team about it. You've practiced this a lot of times. Go take your shot, just like how Robbie has done here.
And they've been hesitating. As a result, they have committed a lot of turnovers in this game.
Yeah. Yung dami ng turnovers na yun, Ken, no? Doon sila nag-hesitate.
And you know, I have to give credit also to Nueva Ecija because they've been locked in, playing the passing lanes. They have really wreaked havoc. As Batangas City pretty much uncomfortable. 6 seconds on their shot clock. Ablaza, again, the defense of Nueva Ecija just on point.
Those were 3 attempts by 3 guys in their sweet spot. All of them missed it. So, hindi makakuha ng magandang rhythm dahil dito sa depensa pinapakita ng Rice Vanguards ngayon.
Saka more than anything else, Coach Mike, yung positional defense na meron yung Nueva Ecija.
Right. Good kick. This one's
Ito libre.
a free one. You see? Couldn't get anything. But under different circumstances, I'm sure those shots would fall for Jong Valoria.
Pretty much nothing from their 2 main gunners, Jong Valoria and Levi Hernandez.
He's a close to 30% three-point shooter than si Jong Valoria. Oh,
Villarias with Jong Valoria's defense draped all over him. Didn't matter. 3-point shot knocked down by Toto, and he now has 12 points.
Conversely, yun naman is kumpiyansa na tumira ng tres. I mean, he was fully defended as he rose up. Pero andun yung rhythm na para kay Byron Villarias. He was, what, 3 of 6 kanina in the first half. That's his 4th 3-pointer already in this game.
Batangas City needs to be careful here, not let Nueva Ecija pull away.
This is going to be a crucial stop para sa Batangas.
Macaloni, babangga.
Offensive.
Pero nahuli din, na humawi.
I think yung extend ng arm dun yung ipinito
3-point shot brought to you by Extreme, your one-stop shop appliances.
Jong Valoria, to his mind, it was going to be a drive by JV on that gap. And so he let go of that shooter in the corner to try and stop and stunt against that drive by JV. But you have to pick which one do you want to give up. And they gave up on Byron, and he just made that shot. Late rin yung pagkaka-recover nito ni Jong.
CJ Isit. Ngayon, nakaisit Ablaza yung bola. Atake sa kanan. And challenging the defense of Tosi Tancinco.
You see how Batangas is setting up that entire right side of the floor for Seth Ablaza to operate. Lalo na on that low slot or yung elbow side. Because, you know, Seth being right-handed, he comfortably puts a couple of dribbles to try and attack. If that defense sags off of him, he's definitely going to take that shot. Pero bumantay kaya sinubukan niyang drive. Makeable shot, yes, pero hindi pumasok.
Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer. Sablay yung unang free throw ni Seth Ablaza. First miss at the line for Batangas City. Oh, now 2 straight misses. Things not really going well for the Round Masters at the moment. Under 2 minutes to go, Nueva Ecija with a 13-point lead. Mocon at the controls. Popping out is Tosi Tancinco. Gives it up to Villarey Robles. Hamito takes that free. Clanks off the rim. Jong Valoria calls in the rebound. But again, the disruptive defense of Nueva Ecija. Catching Batangas City off guard. And it leads to 2 more points by John Wilson.
14 turnovers, to which they got 16.
Yung 33rd birthday on the road kahapon. I asked him anong birthday wish mo this year. Yung totoo, sabi niya, wish ko sana mas maging mabuti at responsabling asawa pa ako. Ang sweet, di ba? Pero kasi sabi niya, nagsisimula daw yan sa asawa, then magiging mabuting tatay in the future. Magre-reflect din daw yan sa loob ng court, lalo na't dating basketball player ang kanyang asawa na si Micah. Isa sa bonding nila, yung maglaro together. Magaling na shooter daw si Micah, kaya ipapasa na lang niya. Wish ni Coach Don sa kanyang first call when he took over Nueva Ecija is to get the respect he deserves because he's one of the most hardworking players and his attitude is even better. Inaamin ni Billy, malaki ang in-adjust niya this year. Before, buwis-buhay siya. This time, whether it's to lead the second group or be a defensive player, walang problema. 10 years na siyang nagtitiwala kay Coach Don. Ken, Coach Mike?
At ako ay naniniwala ng lubos-lubos sa report mo, Sydney. Dahil napanood ko yung yung laro na yan, na magkakampi si Billy at saka si Micah, yung mag-asawa, nagulat ako, sabi ko, sino yung tumira na yan, elbow? Parang hindi lalaki. Wife pala niya. I mean, to have that kind of partnership, you know, in your married life, to be playing basketball alongside each other, something that a lot of basketball players would wish to have. Pero again, kanya-kanya naman kasi interest yung ating mga nagiging partner sa buhay. Kaya ako ngayon, pag uwi ko, susunduin ko yung wife ko, uwi kami sa bahay, at kami magkukwentuhan tungkol sa basketball.
Mababang biyayan, Coach Mike. Mga 7 oras, ultimano.
Oo.
But you know, as they always say, family comes first. Always. LGR, the official outfitter of the MPBL.
Pero si Sid yata ang wish magkaroon rin ng kakwentuhan pagbalik sa Manila. Kasama ka naman, di ba? Sa pagiging mo, magkakwentuhan kayo. Si
Actually,
Jeff? Si Jeff ba? Okay.
Pareho kaming introvert niyan ni Sid eh. So, pag sa biyahe,
Ako'y naniniwala sa report ni Sydney pero hindi ako naniniwala ang introvert.
Coach, introvert ako, maniwala ka sa akin.
Sige. Sige, try ko yung discovery. Alamin ko kay Nudge yan.
49.3 seconds left. Batangas City only able to come up with 1 free throw. Scoring this quarter.
Oh, yeah.
Nueva
Baba.
ECIJA 14-7. But to your point, this has been a low-scoring period for both of these teams. More so on the side of Batangas City. But they were able to get a stop here.
Kasi alam mo na they're getting their shots. Ito nga Batangas, but they're just not making them. It's important to get attempts. But to not make them, that's another thing that they gotta work on.
CJ Isit, release pass to Seda Blaza. Ito yung mga kailangan dalasan nila gawin, no? Those kind of plays were really working back in the second quarter when they were able to set up John Ambuluto. Yung meron siyang buwelo towards the basket.
Their best percentage this game, speaking of Batangas, came when John Ambuluto was scoring inside. And when John got that rest, yung other guys na normally tinitingnan mo, Ablasa, Valoria, and Levy Hernandez, they've been struggling. And so that number has once again gone down from 37, 36 at the half. Right now they're shooting at 29%.
Split at the line again for the Rum Masters. Bakers doesn't lead for Nueva Ecija, 49-36. About a 2-second differential between shot clock and game clock. Ooh, a foul on the Rum Masters. Not yet over the limit though. That's their last foul to give.
And si Coach Cholo, if you will look at this entire third quarter, there are 3 calls that he is not happy about. Including this one right here.
Simula pa lang eh. Actually, nag-challenge siya agad. 22 seconds into the third. John Wilson up top. Wilson over John Ambuluto. Too strong. Time winding down. Robles. That shot will not count. It was still in his hand when time expired. Pasok natin ng fourth quarter. Nueva Ecija lamang ng 13 kontra Batangas City. 49-36. What a way to end the month by being here in Manged Abra, enjoying the games. Later on, we'll see the Abra Weavers defend their home court against the reigning South Division champions, the Quezon Huskers. But right now, 2 former champions collide. Nueva Ecija and Batangas City, but the Rice Vanguards having their way. You see the quarter scoring, pretty much a defensive battle between these 2 squads, Coach Mike.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure itong fourth quarter na to, patuloy pa rin ang diin ng depensa para dito sa Rice Vanguards. But now that you scored your lowest scoring quarter in the third with only 14 points, they are gonna tell themselves, we gotta score some more and go back to our strength, which is offensive.
But Batangas City now with 15 turnovers.
Oh man, didn't get to that cut.
Robles. Nilabas yung bola. John Wilson. What a big free. It's now up to 18. 54-36.
Himayin natin yung opensa na yun. Dinigay mo yung bola kay Billy Robles sa post-up. that guy can score. That cut by Jammer can also score. You've got that 3 by, who was that again?
John Wilson.
John Wilson. And all of those guys are in spots on the floor where they can score and they make it. Dito, sa kabila, ganun pa rin. No? John Ambulunto was so good inside the paint. But right now, all that defense is concentrated on him, so it's tough for him to even score right inside the paint.
Nueva Ecija is not even shooting well from beyond the arc. They're only 4 out of 23, but the turnovers have really killed Batangas. 15 turnovers leading to 19 turnover points for the Rice Vanguards.
And so those two stats really have been the disadvantage para dito sa Batangas. Those turnovers and the points that they've given up to Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards and them not shooting very well from the field.
A challenge by Coach Don Dulay on that last foul call. 8 minutes and 29 seconds remaining. Ken Mocon was the one who was called for that foul the last time out. Nueva Ecija, abante ng 18-point result of this challenge.
Is unsuccessful. Foul on Ken
Unsuccessful
Mocon is
challenge by
third.
Coach Don. We'll look at it once more after Jong Baloria made his move. So Ken Mocon with his third foul. And maging Nueva Ecija, hindi rin agree.
Actually, parang mga fans pa nga ng ng Abra eh. Yung mga nanonood ng mga taga-Abra eh. And so, nakita natin yung first game. It was Imos versus Marikina. Yung mga Abra fans, nagre-react doon sa intensity ng game. Ito ngayon, nag-react rin sila nung pinakita yung review.
Yeah.
Just shows you how much this town loves basketball.
Hotbed ito ng mga ligang labas din itong Abra.
That's right.
Talagang dinadayo nila to. They will go 6-7 hours. And the games here are really competitive. As in, talagang patayan kung patayan.
Laban kung laban,
Oo.
ika nga pagdating sa basketball dito. I mean, naintindihan nila na ang bansa ay very passionate sa larong yan. At ganun rin sila dito.
Oh! Jamramito stealing the ball away from Jong Baloria and able to score 56-38. 2 minutes gone by here in the fourth quarter. Batangas City
16 turnovers, 21 points out of it. And itong Rice Vanguards is actually number 2 in that department. Another turnover here.
Oh, Hamito. Strong drive to the hoop. Lead up to 20 points.
And much as you want Batangas to be coming back, the energy I feel na-exhaust ng napakarami doon sa defensive side. No? Yung hindi ka makapasok sa mga alam mong makeable na mga shots, doon nakaka-frustrate din.
Another steal. JV, the pass. Mocon, foul given up by John Ambulunto. How about Nueva Ecija? Play of the game brought to you by 1xBet, the title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet. Ken Mocon at the line. Coach Cholo Villanueva still calmly trying to steady this ship here for the Round Masters.
And he's pulled out Jong Baloria and Seda Blasa, two of his three primary scorers, the other one being Levi Hernandez. So none of those three guys are on the floor. It's only Levi that's on there.
Levi Hernandez and Jong Baloria, a combined 1 out of 18 shooting from the field. Levi Hernandez 1 out of 12. Si Jong Baloria is 0 of 6.
5 points. Jong has 5 points. Pero galing sa free throws.
Yeah.
Lahat ng mga yon. And so, you feel for Batangas to have this kind of offensive game for your pillars in the scoring side. And so the other guys got to step up. John Ambulunto came in and brought that energy off the bench. Pero after that, there's been little that they've gotten out of the primary scores.
He's their leading scorer right now with 9 points, but not one guy in double figures in scoring for Batangas City. Lev Hernandez continues to shoot and finally buries a free over Billy Ray Robles.
Who knows? This might start something here for Levy, and if he does, it would be reason to put in Jong and Sed again.
It's a lot of time though. JV
Good block.
flies but gets denied up top. Dexter Apinan bumagsak. Natulak doon ni JV Marcelino. Six and 29 left. Still a lot of time if you're Batangas City. If they want to catch up.
Yeah. Lucky for Jexter, no? He had nowhere to go that side. He was almost all alone that side of the floor.
But the pail has been dry so far for the Rum Masters. Billy Ray Robles a bit over-aggressive on defense. That's the 14th foul of NUEVA ECIJA. Something that Batangas City could take advantage of.
Agree. You gotta keep attacking now if you're Batangas, because after all, you've only missed 4 free throws so far, and you're shooting 66%. That might be something they look at.
Hernandez natapik ni John Wilson. Dexter Apinan spins. Inside they go. Ambuluto having trouble.
Look at John.
Ambuluto fighting for it. And he gets fouled.
And so far as John Ambuluto's concerned, this game's not over. He's just gonna keep on competing. Yan ang halaga ng isang John Ambuluto para dito sa Batangas.
This free throw din sa atin na Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kumpletong plants brand ng Pilipinas. First guy in double figures for the Rum Masters. John Ambuluto with 10 points.
You gotta bring that energy if you're John. All right.
Super two at the line.
Yeah, so that's 5 points already they've gotten out of this quarter. 3 from Levy and a couple of free throws chops na meron eh. I'm not sure if they're selling here sa loob ng gym.
And that will be later on. Abra versus
All right.
Quezon.
And
Great job by Batangas City.
Yeah, and you understand why Coach Cholo is clapping his hands, because they got a good stop. Now they got a chance to make this a 7-point run here in this quarter.
CJ Isit at the controls against JV Marcelino. CJ trying to split the defense.
Man.
Not a good idea. They turn the ball over. Byron Villarias got pushed from behind by Dexter Apinan. Those two are former teammates.
Yeah, kita mo si Dexter lumapit kaagad kay Villarias. No ill intentions right there. Just trying to catch up and avoid straight line layup for Villarias.
Nagsama sa JRU yung dalawang yan. Si Big Bang Toto at si Dexter Apinan.
Tama ba ang observation ko na si Byron Villarias parang nag-lose ng weight?
Could be.
Yeah. Diba?
Yeah.
Looks like he lost weight.
Yeah. Split at the line though. 60-43 ang ating score.
And you always hear talk about the conditioning coach of NUEVA ECIJA as being one of the top guys to do that. Kaya ang ganda rin ang condition ng mga Rice Vanguards.
Oh, another turnover. That's already 20 miscues by Batangas City. Villarias for 3. Off the mark. Macaloni snares the offensive board. They will reset their offense. NUEVA ECIJA comfortably ahead as we approach the halfway point of the fourth quarter. Robbie Celis, 2 under shot clock, drives right, lost the basketball. Opportunity to run for Batangas City. John Ochea, great pass down low. 2 points for Dexter Apinan.
And that time around, itong Batangas able to stop in my opinion, one of the most dangerous offensive setups for the Rice Vanguards. That middle ball screen involving Rob Celis at the high screen and Will Macaloni and the short corner weak side. It's tough to stop that, especially if you have Byron Villarias and holding those those threes.
This is a game brought to you by 1xBet, not the sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Maganda rin talaga nabibigay ng patience. That time around, they executed with a lot of patience. Ooh!
Much like that one, Coach Mike.
Much like that one too, agree.
You see the difference in terms of how they get the points.
Yeah.
For Nueva Ecija, they've been executing much better. And as a result, yung mga puntos na nakuha nila are within the flow of their system. And Batangas is trying to do just that, but yung depensa din naman kasi ng Nueva Ecija, grabe, as Remy Hernandez had to earn those 2 points.
Exactly. That's the operative word right there. It's to earn it. Hindi naging madali eh. And they're not given anything easy by the Rice Vanguards. Even on situations na nalilate yung depensa ng Rice Vanguards and they're free, hindi pa rin pumapasok. Right now, if you look at the numbers, you see another good play right there. This time missed by the Rice Vanguards. You look at the numbers shooting-wise para dito sa Batangas Rum Masters. Guys who have attempted more than 5 attempts, none of them actually at least made half of their shots.
Kapansin-pansin din sa Nueva Ecija, they're running their actions and then just a split second, there's someone that's gonna be open and they hit it. This is a good play. Hernandez though can't convert. Apinan, ball strip. Bonnie's on the floor. Macaloni, Apinan, and Ochea wrestling for the basketball. Batangas City getting a reprieve. Possession arrow pointing to them after that jump ball.
Yeah. And that time, Batangas going on the post skip, or you get it to the high post on the elbow side or the weak side of the floor, and just go to the shortest pass in the game, which is that handoff. And still, Levy Hernandez, one of your best shooters in the game, freed on that elbow side, still was not able to make it. And again,
John Wilson forcing a tie-up, and this time, possession arrow pointing to their side. Time running out on Batangas. 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining. They're still down by 15 points. How about those steals, Coach Mike? Those are too many for Nueva Ecija if you're Batangas City.
Oo, 15 yun na steals in one game. Itong Nueva Ecija, on the average, they're 4th when it comes to that department, and they roughly get about 9 steals per game. And so that's almost +6 in that department for this game, but it is Rice Vanguards.
Sa ibig sabihin, kung ganun karami yung number of steals mo, Coach Mike, puro live turnovers yung pinamimigay nitong Batangas City.
Yeah, I agree.
And it has really triggered the fast break attack of Nueva Ecija.
And oh, what a beautiful pass. Good defense, though. And Will got hit on the head.
Nonochea can't finish. Ablaza recovers. Foul given up by the Rice Vanguards. They are over the limit. Fourth foul on John Wilson. 2:33 left here in the fourth. Ablaza missed his last 2 free throws. Said good on the first one, 62-48. Still a glimmer of hope if you're the Rum Masters. Special deal from 1xBet. Scan a QR code and claim your special offer.
That's one department that they've actually been good at, free throw making.
Yeah.
They're right now at, what, 12 out of 16?
80%.
Close to 80.
Zed Ablaza whistled for that foul. That's the last foul to give by Batangas.
And the Rice Vanguards still maintain this strong 5 on the floor. Couple of shooters. The point guard in JV. A good wing and a strong big man in Will.
Sa poste, Macaloni laban kay John Ambuluto. Will up and under, taking Ambuluto to school.
A battle of the strong lefties, which in this case, Will Macaloni won convincingly.
Will Macaloni, 8 points, 7 rebounds. Hernandez steps back for a free, left it short. Celis is ahead. And he will lay it up and in. And Nueva Ecija on pace and on their way to grab win number 13.
Wow.
How about this impressive performance by the Rice Vanguards, Coach Mike?
Yep. And 22 fast break points already para dito sa Nueva Ecija. And they got 25 points of the turnovers that they forced. This one, really pretty much all Will Macaloni. And John Amboluto did his thing.
The game brought to you by 1xBet, title sponsor of the MPBL. Your choice, your victory. Feel more game with 1xBet.
Yeah, and John did his thing, but there's something about that right side of the floor on the low block for left-handed post players to operate on. Here's another one right here.
Macaloni this time fades away, left it short. But they get the ball back. And for Batangas City, the next game that they will have will be on June 6. That will be in Nueva Ecija against the number 1 team in the South, the Zamboanga Sikat. And that's going to be a tall order for them as well as they try to push up in the team standings. Right now, they are at 7-5. And ang mahirap kasi ngayon for them, Coach Mike, ang dami lang kadikit. Basilan is coming on strong. They had a poor start as well, but they are at 5-7. Binyan, Rizal, makakadikit nila, Jensen.
Well, the teams that Batangas won against in their last 3 games after that loss to Ilagan were Pasig, Sarangani, and Parañaque. And those, for the most part, have been either lower tiered or middle tier team. As you see, the Quezon Huskers right there going up on a very good match later on with the home team of Abra. And so this is another loss for Batangas against a top tier team. They had a dito.
And Batangas, unfortunately, will fall down to 7-6. Nueva Ecija with that immaculate 13-0 record. But up next on their schedule is the defending champions, 2-time defending champions in the Pampanga Giant Lanterns.
Yeah, and I do understand that's going to be in Brenzi, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be
My
in
mistake.
Brenzi.
It's going to be in Brenzi Yao. So yung Batangas, kalabay Zamboanga, I think in the second game, prior to that one, sa Brenzi Giao Convention Center. And then, the main game, it's gonna be Nueva Ecija and Pampanga.
Oh, that's right. That's going to be a very interesting one. And tonight, the Rice Vanguards did not have JC Marcelino. They did not have Christian Manaytay. And still you see the same results.
Yeah.
I mean, that just shows you the next man mentality and really just a steady flow of executions on both ends of the floor doesn't change regardless who's on the floor.
And dito mo rin makikita, Coach Mike, na it's more than one person for Nueva Ecija.
Agree.
You have to really have that collective effort if you want to beat a team as strong as this one, itong Rice Vanguards.
And I feel you could say the same thing for the Batangas Rum Masters. Everybody contributes in every game that they flow. It's just that shots were not falling and they were turning the ball over. And you like the clear respect of both Coach Don Dulay and Coach Cholo Villanueva has for each other and the team.
Those threes have been vital to the success of Nueva Ecija. Our final score, 71 for Nueva Ecija, 54 for Batangas City.